The Roottrees Are Dead is a 2023 video game that I completely fell in love with over Easter. Both solving puzzles and reading and watching detective crime fiction are big Easter traditions in Norway, so this game felt like the perfect fit for a traditional Easter vacation this year. I have been playing the 2025 re-release of the game, and I am so happy that I waited. The game was first released with AI art in 2023, and it looks much better now. The new art is done by Robin Ward, and the game itself was written and designed by Jeremy Johnston. In the game, the president of the famous Roottrees family candy company and his daughters all die unexpectedly in a private jet crash in the late 90s. You, as a talented genealogical investigator, are approached by a mysterious woman asked to verify the relations of all claimants to the Roottrees inheritance, as a legal document put in place by the company founder in the early 1900s states that any money made by the company should be divided equally between all Roottrees blood relatives. Their current last name is not important, only that they are descendants of Elias Roottree. To figure the family tree out, you have a corkboard where you need to assign a birth name, most recent profession, and a photograph to every single blood relative. Spouses are optional and usually only require a name. To help you figure it all out, you have some physical evidence you can look through. But you also have access to the internet circa 1998, a library database, and the online archive of any print publications whose name you come across during your search. This is pretty much a storytelling delivery method, as each new web search can lead to either jokes, completely unrelated short stories, or a large puzzle piece in the novel-length story that is the history of the Roottrees family. Solving the puzzle of figuring out who everyone is and what they do will have you cross-referencing information from several sources to work it all out. This actually reminds me of work I have had to do myself when doing research for YouTube videos. Rather than repeating myself, I think I'll just edit in some parts from earlier videos where I talked about my research process. Now, this video took quite some time to research. I found several different lists of Norwegian character names online, but none of them were even close to complete. So I had to cross-reference everything and then go book diving for the rest. The best, but still incomplete list I found, I had to use the Internet Wayback Machine to access, as the link I found had long been inactive. But even the English lists were incomplete, although not as badly as the Norwegian ones. And it also took quite some time to weed out names that were not from any of the books. The Harry Potter fandom wiki, for example, is great for listing where characters show up, but not where their names are actually used. Sometimes a character is just described, and we learn what they are called much later, and sometimes only part of their name is used. So using the wiki was helpful, but it still took a lot of searching through the Norwegian books to find the translated names. So the gameplay in this game really rang true to me. The music in the game is wonderful, with the constant presence of chill jazz coming from your office radio, reinforcing the cozy detective vibes. But there's also a few musicians in the Roottrees family, so you end up with some playable singles in your evidence. And the songs are actually really good.
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight.
The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right.
Making ends meet, so they rent and
We can't afford gas, so we skate in the streets.
guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Included with the 2025 version of the game is the new Roottreemania case, which build upon the mystery from the main game. 8 months later, many people who claim to be descendants of various affairs members of the Roottrees family was involved in have now stepped forward as new claimants to the Roottrees Trust. You are hired to verify their claims. This case proved much more complicated to me than the main game, causing me to make liberal use of the in-game hint system towards the end of my investigation, even though I had managed to solve the main game's mystery without using it even once. Of course, I may have just been at my saturation point for this game at this point, rather than it being considerably more difficult. In any case, it felt good to wrap it all up. The Roottrees Are Dead has more than earned a spot in my pantheon of great detective games from the past few years, alongside Return of the Obra Dinn and The Case of the Golden Idol, and I am very excited to see what the developer does next. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share it and subscribe. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and thank you for watching. Have a lovely evening.